Hello, and welcome once again to the New York City Jazz Musician's Dilemma. Tonight, I've had the great opportunity of interviewing jazz saxophonist Stacy Dillard. If you haven't heard of Stacy Dillard, you have only to go down to Fat Cat every Thursday night for the late night jam session. Stacy can also be seen playing all around New York City. He's really one of the true innovators and a great artist. Stacy's had the opportunity to work with some really great names such as Mulgrew Miller and Clark Terry, and he's even been mentioned by Wynton Marsalis as the real cat to check out. Roy Hargrove also says there's only one Stacy Dillard, which I totally agree with. I had the unique opportunity of getting to go backstage in Fat Cat Jazz Club and interview Stacy last week. I hope you guys enjoy this interview, and I hope it's a great insight into a young artist and making it in New York City. Stacy is really the true cat. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and it's going to be in two parts since it's a very long interview. And tell me what you think, and please be sure to check out Stacy Dillard, check out his website, and check him out at Fat Cat. Also check him out on the radio. Thanks, and hope to see you soon. Stacy, would you start out by telling us how you got into jazz and how you came about coming to New York? I guess we can start with that.
I'm gonna try to make it as brief as possible, but it's not a long story anyway. But it started off with the whole desire to play music in the first place. I was 50. It was like a month before my 16th birthday.
Okay.
I was at home and was flicking through the channel, watching some shit. Next thing you know, I'm on the channel. This older cat playing saxophone. I can't remember if it was alto or tenor, but it was one of the two.
Okay.
You know, piano, bass, drums, you know, they hitting, you know, but I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't hip to that shit at the time. So I'm looking, I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, yo, come on, Pops. You know, I want a saxophone. Crazy, we ain't buying no saxophone. I had siblings that, all my siblings played too, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they didn't, you know, they just played for a few years in like band and shit, and that was it. Yeah, so I rented a saxophone, and I started on my own for the most part, and then I got some help from some of my friends. My high school band director, Robert Moore.
Cool.
My man. And yeah, man. And then went to college, and all that in Ohio, you know. And
so you studied music in college?
Yeah, I went to school and studied music.
Cool.
I say it like that because, you know, it just through, you know. I mean, my biggest learning experiences is when I would be listening to somebody else play.
Sure.
That I looked up to. I mean, that shit was huge, man. It's just a huge amount of information dumped on you at one time, you know.
So did you have the opportunity to learn from, you know, back in the day there was a kind of mentorship situation. Did you have the opportunity to learn from a mentor in particular, kind of pass on the art form for you? Well, someone that comes to mind?
I had a few. People that I would meet along the way, being that I started so late. So by the time I was old enough to be in college, like 18, 19, and would meet people, you know. I met tenor saxophone player Eddie Baird.
Okay.
From Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's back and forth there in Columbus, Ohio. And, hey, what's up? You need to get that leg there. Trumpet player Mike Wade, drummer Melvin Broach, bass player Jim Anderson.
Cool.
You know, I learned a lot from these guys, all these Ohio cats.
Cool, cool.
And I learned a lot from them. And then when I finally made a move to New York, you know, I never directly studied with anybody except for in college.
Okay.
But the way I was studying with people was just to really pay attention to what they would do.
Sure.
And try to understand it from a perspective that's beyond my own.
So how long ago did you come to New York?
8 years ago.
Okay.
Going on 9 years.
Okay, and now I wanted to ask you, when you first came here to New York, would you say that you felt like the scene was better about paying musicians at that point in time than it is now, or would you say that hasn't really changed, or what is your perspective on it?
Well, the way some of the cats that's a couple of generations before me, us, it ain't really changed. Inflation, recession, whatever. The fact that the dollar is less, prices going up.
Yeah.
But the rates to pay musicians haven't really changed.
Yeah.
What I hear, because they would tell me, it's like, damn, we used to get paid the same amount back in the day.
Sure.
But it's certain clubs though,
Yeah.
It's certain clubs.
So would you say that, because I know I've heard that you when you first came here, you were doing a lot of playing, on the street, in the park, and in the subway, and such. Could you talk a little bit about that, and would you say that you felt like that was more successful than being paid in club settings at first?
That was more successful. I'm gonna tell you, man. I wouldn't trade those days for nothing. I'll still go to the park and play.
Sure.
So the fact that it wasn't the money, it wasn't that. I mean, we would make some good money, but that was a result of what was radiated, what was coming out. Because, I would be playing with a group of guys that we all love each other. It ain't just a bunch of musicians that get together and play when it's time to play. And
sure.
When it's not time to play, it's not like we just go our separate ways and we don't hear from each other. No, like we boys, we talk about things, we hang, we like brothers, So we out there playing and developing all this stuff, and then, through our time of doing that so much, we start to realize all the lessons that we learned that we didn't even realize we were learning, like in the days before. But like there's so many lessons I learned, man, just playing.
Sure. So you kind of, in a sense, you kind of came up with the same concept that had happened to the greats of before, like some of the great groups, the Miles Davis quintet and the Bill Evans trio, all those different groups. You guys created a situation for yourselves where you were playing all the time, and you still are. I see your group. So you think that's like a really important part of being successful with the club owners and in certain spots, if you have a set following a particular group together?
Being successful with the club owners. Man, the way things are set, I'm going to tell you like this. The way things are set up nowadays, it's like you got to choose your pursuit. You either can pursue a career, or you can just pursue the art,
Sure.
That's really it. Because
so
by pursuing the art, I'm hoping that the trueness of what we do as a group, as individuals, You know, I just hope that, you know, that same joy that we share, you know, coupled with the same pains that we share, you know, that just life, you know, just sharing life.
Sure.
And reflecting it by means of music, you know. As long as we can keep truly doing that, you know, and be unified like that, you know, you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individuals on the bandstand, you know. Everybody's on the same mindset. That's a powerful thing.
Sure.
You know? It goes beyond, you know, writing a tune with a bar 5 and then 2 bars of 6, 8 bars, 7, 12. You know, it goes beyond that. You know, it goes beyond that. It's like you almost let the family aspect. It creates everything else. It writes the music by itself.
Sure.
It creates the band concept by itself. So that's what the pursuit of art. And I was just like, you gotta hope that people are willing to buy into that. That our people gonna believe in that, as opposed to do certain things like, you know, like I've been with these guys since I've been here pretty much. You know, the guys that you know, Bean, Ryan, Diallo, Ismail, Amin, Salim, Craig, George Burton, Josh, J.D. Allen, you know, and the list goes on and on and on and on.
Sure.
With all these cats that I've created some sort of, not that I've created, but that there has been some kind of bond created, you know, and it's been some times recently where certain clubs have asked me to play for a week. Play for a weekend, whatever. And ask, who you gonna bring? Well, I'm gonna bring my fellas. You know, and I'm
sure.
Like, well, you gotta, you know, we cool if you would bring somebody with more of a name.
Sure.
This, that, and the other. And I'm like, so this is, I'm left with this. I'm like, nah, this is some shit I've bled with these cats, sweated with these cats, laughed and cried with these cats. And now that now that I got the phone call for a gig that's along the lines of where we want to, you know, start, you know, being off to the races at.
Sure.
They want me to drop them off and get a bunch of other people. That's established. But the thing that we don't share is that chemistry that we share. So they want me to do that. So I'm like, no, man, I can't do that.